second half.
Yeah, Casey, we're just new. It's kind of a similar situation, and I think, your team has it often because you bring in quite a few new kids, and we're not used to that. So we've only got 10 healthy players. 6 have never played for us. So we only have 4 kids back that have ever been to Mankato or who have ever done anything that we do in a game. I like our players. It's a fun team to be around. We just are learning all the time. It's just a constant teaching, and we haven't had to, we've been kind of blessed about the last 4 or 5 years of having veterans and kids that have known what we're doing. So it's new, and we are up and down. We can put 10 minutes together that you've never seen before, and we can put 10 minutes together you wish you'd never seen before, and it can be in the same half. So, we're just kind of a work in progress.
That's kind of what Matt said after that St. Cloud game. You like some things for 5 minutes, and then the next 5 minutes, oh my gosh, it's just terrible. But you had, was Matt Cartwright came off the bench?
Yeah, Matt's going to be a good player. He's a freshman. Yeah. But when we signed Matt's a player that, about his sophomore year at O'Gorman, we started recruiting pretty hard as best you can as a sophomore. And then his junior year, we actually, late in his junior year, we offered him pretty early actually, and just been on him ever since. And he can really, for us, you've seen us play now for this going on our 15th year. We just love kids that can shoot the basketball, and he can really shoot the basketball. And so for us to be successful, we need to continuously recruit kids that can shoot, and we try to find length. And he's playing some 3 now, but he's a 2 guard for us. And I like the group. We have 5 freshmen that coming in next year, 5 kids that are seniors in high school this year that we signed. That's as good a group as I've signed. We had Casey and Dan in a pretty special group, and I've got 5 kids that are pretty special, and they're long. And so, it's going to be an interesting up and down year the next couple years, but a couple years from now, we're going to have a pretty special group for the next few years to come.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. John Warren is another player. Maybe you think this is ridiculous, but when I think of Keith Wilkes, they used to call him Silky, and Warren kind of moves the same way. And he's hurt the Mavericks a number of times.
Yeah, John, when he plays well, we win. And when he struggles, we struggle, And last night he struggled, but in the second half, he really in the last 10 minutes came together and played well for us. So, it's just one of those deals with us and with him that we don't have a lot of depth, and we can't sub a whole lot. And so our starters need to come out and be good and play well to start the game. In the last couple of games, except for Shadron, we haven't done that. And, we kind of, John is one of those guys that needs to get out of the gate for us.
Yeah. Jordan Spencer, he's the man.
Yeah, Jordan, it's hard for him a little bit this year sometimes because he's trying to do too much. When you see him out there dribbling, that's not always a good thing. He needs to facilitate. He needs to make, people better. He's got to be out there and be a pure point guard first and worry about scoring second. And, for a couple of our losses, to be honest, he had his best scoring games he's ever had, but we didn't win. And I think he wants to win, and I think he sees that. And he's done a nice job of getting back to running the team. But, again, last night, to be real honest with you, Jordan didn't have a very good game. He played poorly last night, and he knows it. So, we have to have a much better effort tonight or we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, Jordan just 2 of 11 last night. But, again, I don't know. I love watching him play. There's something about him. He's kind of a coach on the floor. It's not a knock on you, sir, but he really is.
Well, and he's, his career, he's 95-16. He's won a national championship. He's won 2 conference championships and 2 tournament championships. So, he's had quite a run, and he's got an awful lot to do with that. I don't mean to knock him. He's very important to our team. I think he's one of the best point guards in the country. But he's got to still play within himself like all players do. I don't care what the level or who you are. You have to play within yourself and do what you do best.
All right, that's Tom Billiter. Sorry we had to cut him short there, but we're getting ready to play this ball game. And I think they docked a few minutes off our normal time here after the women's game. John Warren, Jordan Spencer, Steve Schaefer, Marcus Asmus, and Adam Dykman will start for the Vikings. Cole Harper, Charlie Brown, Cameron Kirksey, Kevin Krieger, and Chris Kendricks will start for the Mavericks. Let's not get the 2 teams mixed up here this early. The Vikings will be wearing white with blue and gold trim, and the Mavericks will be wearing their gray uniforms with gold and purple trim. They're ready to go, I think. There was some kind of a meeting over there underneath the basket, Tom. Pardon me, Tom.
You can call me Tom.
Tom Billiter, one of the great coaches of the NSIC.
I would take that as a compliment, so thank you.
Rick Jedlow, certainly a coach that was a person you had to reckon with, let's put it that way.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's what I heard.
I'll take that as a compliment, too. You're full of compliments tonight. I like it. That cold weather got to you a little bit, huh?
Over there? Yeah. Tell you what got to me is our offense just stalled out in the second half.
Must have. That's too bad.
Yeah. But you know what? They're a young team, and a lot of people coming back.
And 13-1 is
nothing to sneeze at, is it?
Something to be really proud of.
Yeah. And I have a feeling they'll do it again next year. Maybe go a little bit farther, however. All right, we're underway here. Charlie Brown has it. Kirksey fakes right, drives left, gets underneath, lays it in. Kirksey scoring. Went right around Asmus. That could not be a real good matchup for the Vikings. There's a little jumper up and bounding around and goes through for Dickman. Check that. That was Schaefer. Krieger gets it off to Harper. Harper loses the basketball. Got a little bit tangled up there in the defense. Up ahead to Spencer. Spencer underneath. Then we have a whistle.
That was an interesting play. Kevin Krieger was in the lane helping in transition there and just got knocked. I don't know if he slipped or got knocked down, but he just got knocked right underneath the basket.
He did.
And he doesn't say a whole lot, so when he questioned the official, I'm guessing that he might have got nudged a little bit.
I think you could be correct. That foul, by the way, was on Charlie Brown. 3-2 in favor of the Vikings. Second shot is up. That is going to be in and out. Batted out of there. Into the corner goes. Charlie Brown retrieves it. 19:04 remaining. We're just underway here in the first half of play. Harper has it. Comes to the right wing. Gives it off to Kendricks. Kendricks looking inside. Wraparound pass goes in. And there's Kirksey just flying through the middle and finger rolling it in.
Oh, boy.
Underneath, he didn't know he was open, did he?
Mavericks are not, they're lucky there. They didn't get back and get matched up very well. Augustana had another guy wide open in the basket. And it's just, you got to communicate early just to make sure you know who you have, and the Mavericks didn't do it there. It didn't cost them a basket, though, which is good.
I think there was Adam Dykeman who was just wide open there for a while. Kirksey has it. Gives it off to Charlie Brown. Charlie, he is going to be fouled by Warren. Warren has an incredulous look on his face, like, what did I do? I don't know.
I didn't think that was much of a foul.
I don't either.
No. Oh, boy.
There's a long pass out there. Harper bats it away and then gets it returned by Kendricks. Then the jumper out of the corner is good by Charlie Brown. About Kirksey.
That was Kendricks.
That was Kendricks. It was Kendricks.
Yeah. And above the rim and just tipped it in. What a great play.
Charlie Brown watching Jordan Spencer. Warren over on the right side. Goes to Asmus. Now back out front to maybe the best point guard in the league. I don't know. We'll see at the end of the season. Charlie Brown got a few votes last night, that's for sure. But Spencer, of course, has quarterbacked three really good teams in his tenure at Augustana, and now this is his fourth and final year. Gets the pass. He's at the point. Bounce pass inside. Fade away on the left elbow, and we have a whistle.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that because Kendricks just jumped over everybody and tried to tip it, and the play before was the exact same thing, but no call.
No call is right. So Kendricks with the foul.
Yeah.
And the shot is up and good.
Spencer just made a nice cut to the basket. Mavericks kind of just weren't ready for it.
Jordan Spencer, 6'2", 180. He's from Milton Keynes, Great Britain.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he is. Kendricks can't get it, but Kirksey can. Goes back to the basket, dunks it. 8-5. Kirksey. 17-16 remaining. Spencer going to the left elbow, comes back on the left side to Asmus. Asmus backs up on the dribble, or Schaefer rather, backs up on the dribble, goes over here on the right side to Jordan Spencer. Down low to the big guy, and he hooks one in. That's Asmus.
Pretty good move.
Yeah.
And not bad defense by Kevin Krieger. Just outsized a little bit, but fought him pretty hard, I thought.
From outside, Krieger for three, hits it. Krieger scoring, and the Mavericks have pulled into an 11-7 lead. 16:41 remaining. There's Spencer, hits it. Two-pointer. Spencer on the left wing has four. Charlie Brown brings it up the right side. 16:31 remaining in the first half. Krieger has it. We have a whistle. Illegal screen for Kirksey. That is his first foul.
Substitution practice.
Matt Cartwright, who had a great night last night, helping to bring his team back in the second half. 6'4", 180, a freshman guard out of Sioux Falls, O'Gorman, is now in the lineup. He comes to the point, goes to the left wing. He can shoot it. Very, very good shooter. They've been recruiting him since he was probably a freshman in high school. There's a nice little move underneath, but Dykeman doesn't get anything out of it, and we have a whistle.
Yeah, it went off both the Mavericks. They fought hard, but they fought each other for the rebound. And Augustana will get the ball underneath the basket.
11-9, Minnesota State leading at 16:07 of the first half. Baseline right coming up. And the pass comes way out here to Schaefer. Schaefer is another guy who can shoot it. Jordan, pull up. Oh, he's trying to get it inside. Somebody was wide open underneath there. Looked like Dykeman. There's a spin move by Charlie Brown at the free throw line. Takes it all away. 13-9, Mavericks. Jordan Spencer gets it over here on the left side to Schaefer. Schaefer, I think, had a pretty good second half last night. Over here on the right side, the long three-point attempt, not good by Cartwright, and the Mavericks rebound it and bring it up. Krieger gets in the lane, spin, and not good. Rebound, Krieger gets it back and then loses it.
Good hustle.
Yeah.
Missed the layup, still kept fighting, lost the loose ball, tried to get it back. I do like the way that kid fights. He doesn't, never takes a play off, it doesn't seem like.
Never. 13-9, Mavericks lead, and Carlos Anderson is going to come in here in just a minute. High post, Dykeman on the left side, then gives it up to Cartwright. Cartwright back out front to Spencer. Jordan goes to the left wing with it, and he'll pull up and take the three. That's not good, and the rebound way up there is Kendricks to pull it down. Charlie Brown up the right side. Charlie, a little stop and go, gives it out front to Kirksey for three. Yes! Kirksey is on fire here.
Not sure what he had for breakfast, lunch, or maybe dinner, but tonight it's working pretty well. He's got a lot of energy tonight, which is great to see.
Whatever he did, let's do it again all year. Pull up in the lane. Hard-working player there, Steve Schaefer, gets it to go. Both of his shots have kind of been jiggling around the rim there, but they went in. 16-11. Minnesota State leading with 14:23 remaining in the first half.
Augustana in a 2-3 zone this possession.
And underneath, Krieger can't get it to go on the three-point attempt. Charlie Brown knocks it away, and it's going to go to Minnesota State. Apparently, he batted it off Schaefer.
Substitution for the Vikings, 30, Mavericks 2, Carlos Anderson.
So timeout on the court, 16-11, 14-12 remaining in the first half. Minnesota State starting pretty quickly here. We'll take a break and be back in 30 seconds on the Fan, Mankato.
Lonnie, Corey, Trish, and everyone at Bristol Insurance Agency in Mankato would like to take this time to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you for your business, and we look forward to serving you in the new year. Happy holidays to you from the Bristol Insurance Agency in Mankato at 870 Madison Avenue, your State Farm Insurance Agency.
You're listening to MSU Maverick Basketball on The Fan.
16-11, Minnesota State leading, 14-12 remaining in the first half. Rick, I think on both nights, the Mavericks, they just seem almost possessed to explain what they did against St. Cloud State is not really, I don't understand it. That was literally a terrible game.
Yeah, I don't think I'm trying to think of how I could explain it too, and I'm guessing they feel the same way. It's just one of those, maybe it's one of those you just got to forget
Maybe
about.
it is.
Move on
Yeah.
but learn, certainly, and it looks like they've done that.
I'm not going to mention it again.
No,
if you don't, I won't.
I'll try not to. My memory's not as good as it used to be, but what's your name again?
I have no idea. What does that say when I can't remember my own name? All right, here's Charlie Brown. Oh, my goodness, he gets it over here. Well, I don't know if I don't think that was planned.
It was not.
Picked up by Carlos Anderson. Krieger, Charlie Brown, right back to Krieger. Krieger for three, hits it. That was a good pass.
Yeah, really good movement by the Mavericks. They didn't get the ball really swung from side to side, but they got it inside and outside, which is always good.
That's always good, is right. Warren, out front, Schaefer. Schaefer back to Warren. Warren loses the basketball on his own, but apparently last touch by Krieger. Krieger still has that wrap around his thumb.
I mean, I'm sure it bothers him, but you can't tell by the way he shot it so
No, you
far.
can't.
No, which is good. He's got it taped a little heavier tonight, I think, the way it looks, or else he's just got darker colored tape.
That brings it. Well, there's a real drive by Jordan. Boy, did he go pell-mell to the basket. However, nothing to show for it. Charlie Brown picks it up. Long baseball pass up here. Here is Carlos Anderson going in the lane. Little hook, not good. Rebound taken down by Warren. John Warren races up the left side. Out front. Spencer inside the circle to the left elbow. Whips it back out front. Schaefer, up around pass, goes down low. Faking right, then going left with a little hook shot. Asmus.
I wonder how many times he shot that shot in his lifetime. He's just really good at it.
There's Krieger driving to the hoop. He puts it up and in on the runner, but he is going to be charged with a foul, offensive.
Kevin probably could have pulled up and shot the little.
Yeah, he probably could have.
Because it was really good position by Augustana.
First foul on Krieger. Here comes the big man. Kirksey comes out for a blow. And Kruger, 6'10", 250, Harrisonville, Missouri, senior post. Yeah, he plays hard. That beard is really something. Underneath on the left side, beautiful pass from Jordan Spencer.
It's a really good cut. I mean, Augustana does a lot of, like they're going to go screen away, and Coach McCarroll used to say duck under and go to the basket. So they look like they're going to go screen, but they dive to the basket all the time, and they do a really good job of seeing those cutters, and that's exactly what that was.
Indeed it was. Warren at the line, left-hander puts it up and comes off, not good.
That was the same one that they called the foul on the Mavericks a little bit ago.
Yeah, that was over the back, no question about it. But Mavericks end up with the rebound on the miss by Warren. Here's Charlie Brown on the left wing with it. Charlie looking inside. He'll take the three. It's up. It's good. Charlie's he's in a different world this year.
You could kind of see him as he was dribbling, just kind of lining that one up right in front of us.
I know. 22-15, Mavericks lead it. 12:02 to play. And Jordan Spencer drives underneath to Warren, then back to Asmus. Asmus with a left-hand hook this time. Not good. It comes right into the hands of Harper. Harper up the right side. Stop and go. Charlie Brown to the basket. Lays it off the glass. Not good. Kruger puts it up, and the only defense that Cartwright had against that was to grab him. That's what he did. He is a powerful person. You know what? I think that beard for Christmas, I think we need to put ornaments in it. Don't you?
Well, it's certainly long enough. Yeah. You just don't see
I'm going to ask him about that. He has a good sense of humor. I'm going to ask him.
He seems like he does. I liked him on the first night I saw him just because he talks. You know, they go back defensively, he's talking and helping and things, and I just like that in a player because a lot of guys nowadays won't do that. But he does, and he'll battle you hard. I mean, he got a rebound there amongst 3 Augustana Vikings.
Exactly. So Isaac steps in again, made the first one, 23-15. Second one is on the way. That's good. That's a nice touch for a big man. Well, I shouldn't give him a minus for that. He's a big man.
The fact that he's big is
a lot of big men have good thing. Yeah, it's a very good thing. There's driving to the basket, and the big man kept him away. That was Jordan Spencer, and he just couldn't get close enough to get that lay-in. Kirksey back in the ball game. Charlie Brown going to the left side here to Harper. Harper with a three-point attempt, not good, and the rebound. You know, do people follow their shots anymore?
No, they think they're all going to go in. That's why they don't do that.
Apparently that's true. And Harper, of all people, he's such a fine basketball player. There's a running jumper. Wow. Yeah, boy, that was a good rebound by Asmus. And then Jordan Spencer shoots a three. That's not good. Tapped out of there by Cartwright, and then finally they get a deep three by Jordan Spencer.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that can just turn the momentum of a game around, and Coach Morgenthaler is going to talk about that for 30 seconds for sure.
Yep. All right, 24-18, 10:48 to play in the first half. Let's take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Fan Mankato.
Patrick Sunford and St. Peter is your...
I keep going to Cameron.
I think this might be his night.
Yeah, so far he's shot 100% from the field. That's pretty good.
There's a little looping runner up, not good by John Warren. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Augustana.
I did hear Coach Billiter in the timeout kind of talking to his team about let's just keep battling on the backboards.
Yep.
In a positive way, but it was loud.
It was loud, yeah. I wish I had been able to play his whole interview because toward the end of the tape, that's what he talked about. The rebounding problems they've had so far this year. High post, Harper looks. Oh, they had Kirksey open there. They didn't see him. Anderson gets it into Harper. Harper into the lane. Little jumper. No. Push off. So Harper with his, that'd be his first foul, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So a timeout. Immediately. 9:44 remaining in the first half, 26-18. Mavericks by 8. We'll take a break. Be back in 1 minute on the Fan Mankato.
Hi, this is Julia Corbett, attorney at Bluff Gage & Krause. Since 1893.
veteran crew.
Yep. So far, I'll give him a solid B.
That's big of you. Solid B.
My daughter says I'm a low grader, though, so.
Really? Let's go. Oh, a long three by Dykeman. Good grief, that was out there.
Yeah.
At least 5 feet. Yeah, for a big guy. It was a nice, fluid move. Kruger whips it inside, trying to move inside. Harper has to get it back to Carson Aaronholtz. That ball is knocked away by one of the Vikings. Let's see. Brian Jamison, 5'10", 160, freshman guard in for Coach Billiter and the Vikings. Carson Aaronholtz gets it in. And Krieger will shoot the three, and he gets it. Krieger with his second three of the evening. I think that's going to be something we come to expect of him all the time.
So. He's so much more confident this year than he was. I thought he wasn't last year, but when you're a freshman, it's more difficult. But
he did some great things as a freshman. There's a running jumper on the way. That's for two by John Warren. So fluid and smooth.
Augustana still, they kind of mix up their little 2-3 zone to kind of match up with you.
Yeah. Kruger has it, whips it back out front, and there's Jordan Spencer picking it up, lays it up and in. Boy, did he battle to get that one in. I think he was fouled.
He certainly was fouled.
29-25, 4-point lead for the Mavericks. Here's Kirksey, Harper, Carson Aaronholtz gets to the elbow, then off to Kruger. Kruger, a little jump, hook up and good.
Wow. That was amongst a lot of traffic.
He must have made that on that Kansas trip. I think there was one game where he hit 3 of those in a row.
Really?
Jordan Spencer out front, goes to the point, goes around the lane and lays it up and in. Spencer was only 2 of 11 last night. But he's 11 for 2 now.
Well, it's his not, some people say your first step was really, it's his third and fourth step that are so quick.
Isn't that something? He's just a jet. Harper has it at the free throw line, fakes left, drives right, jumps it up. He's fouled by the Adam Dykeman, 6'7", 225 sophomore forward from Fremont, Nebraska. What's Fremont known for? There's something there that... Can't think of it. I just read about it the other day.
Really?
My memory's failing. 31-27, Harper at the line. The last foul against Dykeman. Shot is up. Not good. Back in the lineup, Schaefer.
Number 11, Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown comes back in for Minnesota State. Anderson's going to be in a minute. A second. Second shot is up, not good by Harper. Cole is having his shooting problems, no question. 31-27, 7:14 remaining in the first half. John Warren on the left side. He goes to Jamison. We have a whistle.
It was a pretty adamant call by Jeff Coombe.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
boy, he walked,
on the head.
that look on his face and the way he kind of just really walked purposely over to the bench here. Second foul on Dykeman. Let's see, into the lineup, number 12, Andy Kirkman, 6'8", 235 sophomore forward, Clearwater, Nebraska. Charlie Brown out front with it. The Mavericks lead it by 4. Anderson, back to Anderson, back to Charlie Brown. Charlie gets into the lane, whips it off to Anderson out front. Harper. Charlie Brown out front on the left side. Anderson back out to Charlie. 3-pointer on the way, good. Well, if you keep passing it back to me, I'm going to take the shot. 34-27, 6:34 remaining in the first half. Schaefer out front. Now goes to the little guard, Jamison. Jamison to the point, over on the right side. Cartwright, pull-up jumper from just right of the elbow for 2. Cartwright, really good-looking shooter. That's his first basket.
He did. That was really nice. A little dribble to the left, pull-up jumper was pretty nice.
Charlie Brown has it at the point. Charlie, a little stop and go, spins into the lane, and a push-off on Charlie Brown.
And a good call.
Yep. I think he kind of lost his balance. And
he did. And
trying to get it back, and he pushed off.
And Charlie's second foul with 6 minutes to go, and you certainly, you'd like to have him in there for the rest of the second half, but you also don't want him to get a third foul.
No, Carson Ehrenholz comes right in. And Carson, of course, pretty experienced. Oh, there's a nice spin move. Schaefer, jumper, just to the left of the elbow, hits it. Schaefer has 6.
Well, back in the Augustana, back in the zone now that Charlie Brown is out of the game.
Carson Ehrenholz on the left side to Anderson. Anderson stop and go, gets into the lane. Little pull-up jumper, not good. And they had Kirksey down low. They just didn't see him. Over on the left side, three-pointer up and good by Schaefer. And a timeout called by Minnesota State. It's tied 34. And we have 5:22 remaining in the first half. Apparently they want to take a look and make sure that was a three-pointer. So during the timeout, that's exactly what they will do. 5:22 remaining in the first half. 3-4 is your score. 34-34. Back in 30 seconds on the Fan, Mankato.
Serving customers. At Community Bank, our approach is to treat customers like we would like to be treated. It's that simple. Hi, this is Julie Vetter. We understand that how we serve you.
Solid shooter on that side all the time. So if they're going to stay, we're going to keep Charlie on the bench, and I think it's one of those things, let's hope to survive here until halftime, and then it was a good kind of immediate timeout there to kind of let things settle down again.
Absolutely. And by the way, that was a three-pointer. 34-34. Skip pass over here to Anderson. Now Harper on the right wing out front. Carson Ehrenholz now to Anderson. Anderson gets it back out to Carson Ehrenholz, and three-point attempt not good by Harper. Rebound falls right into the hands of Jamison. Jamison, maybe the smallest player on the floor. Did he walk?
No, they called the foul.
They called the foul.
It was Carlos Anderson, I think. The Mavericks, I got to find a way to get the ball inside to Cameron Kirksey. I mean, I know they're playing 2-3 zone and it's hard, but they got to find a way to get him. With this lineup, I think they have to find a way to get him the ball inside.
Oh, absolutely.
They haven't stopped him yet tonight. He's 5 for 5 from the field and has been terrific, but they got to find a seam or a way to get him the ball.
Shot is up, and it is good by Jamison. 5'10", 160, freshman guard out of Apple Valley. They don't remember him. Second shot, in and out. So Jamison hits one of two, 35-34. Out front, Anderson on the right side. Kirksey spins, gets underneath, kicks it over to Krieger. Krieger back to Kirksey. Kirksey spins underneath again, whips the pass over to Carson. Then the jumper on the way, not good by Anderson. Anderson is just having all sorts of trouble.
I would have liked to see Cameron Kirksey just catch that and try and get to the rim.
Yep.
But Augustana knows that too. They had a couple of help defenders there, but he's so good that I think he could probably get there.
35-34, Mavericks trail by 1. 4:14 remaining in the first half. Spinning and traveling with it is John Warren, the 6'5", 175-pound junior guard from Hopkins. Clock running at 4:11 now. Carson Ehrenholz brings it up, weaving his way inside, then whips it back to Carlos Anderson. Now Krieger has it, gets it out to Carson Ehrenholz. Now Harper. Ehrenholz will try the three. It's good.
And that helps for sure. I mean, just for him to make his first shot, but give the Mavericks just for some confidence from the perimeter.
2-point lead for the Mavericks. John Warren, right wing, fakes left, drives right. Anderson keeps him away from the basket, though. However, there's a really good follow by Andy Kirkman. 37-35. Now it's 37-37. They do count the basket. 3:36 remaining.
Well, they're going to call a technical foul on Carlos Anderson, who they got caught kind of falling out of bounds together, and Carlos did push him. However, I will say this, and I like John Yorkovich as an official. Really, I like him a lot. Would have been a good chance just for him to jump in between them before anything else happened.
Yeah.
Instead of just immediately calling a technical foul. Remember my team that went to the national tournament? We played that game to go, and the athletic director said, "Who do you want? Who would you like to have referee?" And John Yorkovich was the first name that came to mind, because I just think he's good at it. But that was probably not his best choice.
Probably not. All right, 37-37. 3:36 remaining in the first half. Getting ready to come in, return to the game is Marcus Asmus, the 6'7", 225-pounder, a senior forward from Westminster, Colorado. I think Jordan Spencer will return as well, 6'2", 180, senior guard out of Milton Keynes, England. And for Minnesota State, we could have Frankie Mack coming in. He could shoot that three.
He did. I was kind of thinking that a couple minutes ago, because the other wing for the Mavericks is offensively is not a threat for them right now, and they have to have that. And the way Frankie shot it last night, I don't think he had his uni or his top off last night, and he had 6 points.
That's right.
So.
Kirkman misses a free throw. And that was for the three-point play, and now the technical will be shot by Schaefer. That is up and good.
Substitutions for the Vikings, 30, Jordan Spencer.
Jordan Spencer comes back, as we said, and also Marcus Asmus. Second free throw is up. That's not good. He didn't look real confident at the line there. That was kind of herky-jerky.
It did look that way. I'm trying to figure out how they give the ball back to Augustana there. I mean, it was on the free throw. I don't know if that's why. I know there's no possession changing and thing like that anymore with the rules, but maybe that was the arrow that was pointing that way.
Maybe it was, yeah. Another whistle.
That's a call because I didn't really like the technical foul call, so I'm going to call a foul on the white team. I hate to say that, but that's probably pretty accurate.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I like that response.
Yeah.
So that was the second foul, by the way, on Warren. Ehrenholz, Harper, high post, Ehrenholz, left side. Frankie Mack, he whips it inside to Harper. Harper hooks a pass to Kirksey. Kirksey got too far underneath the basket. Plus he was triple teamed.
He was a little too far under, but he can do that.
Well, he can.
Yeah.
He does it whenever possible. Carson Ehrenholz, baseline right, coming up. Whips it over to Harper. Back out to Carson. Carson stops. He shoots the runner. It's in and out. Not good. Well, not in and out, but it looked like it was going to drop, and it did not. Up ahead it goes to Jamison. Jamison has it on the right wing. Goes over farther on the right wing to Jordan Spencer. Spencer coming to the left wing. And that is saved, and then over to Jamison. Hits the three.
Well, Mavericks are still surviving now. 2:35 to go.
Krieger driving hard, and he is fouled by Schaefer. Schaefer's from Rapid City. Carson Ehrenholz will toss it in for Minnesota State. 41-37, the Mavericks trail by 4. I believe that's the biggest lead for the Vikings. Baseline left, here it comes. Gets it out to Kirksey. Kirksey left of the circle. Now Harper, now Carson. Ehrenholz. There's a left fake, and then driving hard is Kirksey. Ball knocked away, goes out of bounds, and Ehrenholz will inbound it again on the right side. Ehrenholz, by the way, from Delavan, Illinois. Gets it in. Krieger from the right side, about a 15-footer. So Krieger brings the Mavericks within a couple. 41-39. 3-point on the way, not good by Spencer, and scramble for it, loose ball, picked up by the Vikings. Cartwright out front, Jordan Spencer. He backs up on the dribble. See if we can get any more score. I think we're going to have a timeout here. We are. 41-39. 1:49 remaining in the first half. We're going to take a break here and be back in 30 seconds on the Fan Mankato.
After 86 years, Myra & Sons TV.
41-39, 1:49 remaining. First half. Spencer gets the inbound pass from Schaefer. Fakes left, drives right. Oh, nobody picks him up. And then it is followed in by Asmus a dunk. You're right. That second, third, and fourth step is just incredible. But Asmus cleaned it up. Ehrenholz goes on the right side to Harper. Skips a pass over here to Mack. Now back to Harper. To Krieger.
I'm guessing it's the new style shoes, but Freddie Mac looks like he mowed the yard with his shoes today. Those are that's the color I'm believing it, but they look like something he would have been out snow blowing or weeding the yard with. But I'm guessing they're brand new, and that's the color style now. But it's an interesting pair of shoes.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I thought of. I was looking at my shoes I have at home when I mow the yard.
Frankie's from Mount Prospect, Illinois. 6'3", 195 freshman guard. Shots up, good by Krieger.
I think Freddie can shoot it. He can wear whatever shoes he feels.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that was Krieger, right? Yeah. A couple of shots. 43-41. Mavericks trail by 2. 1:08 to play in the first half. Jordan Spencer out front with him. He gets a double pick. Almost loses the basketball, however. Now back to Jordan Spencer. Down low to Asmus. Well, not so low. He's on the right elbow. We have a whistle.
Legal screen.
Yep. And that is going to go against Asmus. That's his first.
Good job by the Mavericks defensively that series. They gave Augustana no room to drive, took care of all the cutters. And now with 53 seconds to go in the half, they have a chance to tie or maybe get the lead.
Aaron Holtz goes to Matt Krieger back out front. Aaron Holtz. High post goes to Harper. Harper feeds underneath to Krieger and he lays it in. That was really a good look by Harper. And Krieger ties the score. 43-43, 28.7 seconds remaining in the first half. Here is Jordan Spencer. Now Jamison. Now back to Spencer. Spencer puts his shoulder down and good grief. There's Kirksey. A long pass up ahead, intercepted by Schaefer. Schaefer coming to the point, gives it off to Asmus for three. No. And we are tied at the half. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what Mike has to say here as we go into the second half. There's Rick. He's going to saunter in. We're going to get ready to play the second half of basketball here. Rick, that was Kyle Meyer. He works. He's a partner in Abdo Eichenmeyer. Yeah. And well-respected firm here in Mankato. And he played on that Butterfield Odin team that played against Randy Brewer and Lake City in the state tournament back, I think it was '79. And we had the opportunity to do all those games. Oh, there's a pass on the rim, and it rolls out as we get underway here. Ooh. That was almost in slow motion. Charlie Brown back in the ball game. And Kendricks hasn't played for a while either. He's back in it. Underneath, Kirksey, he walked with it. 43-43. It's funny how those guys who are involved in kind of life-changing sporting events, like playing in a state tournament from a town of 600 and almost winning it, and then playing against Randy Brewer. It just stays with them the rest of their lives.
Those are good lifelong memories.
Yeah. So it's nothing doing so far as points in the second half, but we're only 49 seconds in. Spencer gets it over here on the left side to Dykeman. Then off on the left side, deeper on the left side, driving right down the left side of the lane is Warren, and he puts it in.
Kind of a double high ball screen there. The Mavericks just didn't communicate and get either over it, under it, or through it.
That about covers it.
That covered it, yeah.
On the right side, Kendricks. Charlie Brown into the circle, the jumper in and out, not good. Tipped up once by Kendricks, that won't go for him, and the rebound snapped off by Schaefer. Schaefer with it. Down low, goes driving underneath is, I guess that was Dykeman. And apparently he stepped on the baseline.
Yeah.
All right, Charlie Brown will bring it up. 18:29 remaining in this basketball game. It's been a good one. There's Charlie going to the right wing with it. Back out front to Harper. Harper at the point. Harper looking for Krieger. He wants to get Krieger open for maybe another three. Krieger gets it on the baseline. He'll take the jumper. It's on the way. It's good. Difficult shot. Krieger is scoring well tonight. 17. He had 17 last night. Has 17 again now. 2-on-1 break here. Nice bounce pass to Krieger. That was beautiful as far as the pass was concerned because he was patient.
Terrific pass.
Yeah. 19 now for Krieger.
Oh.
Asmus. Some fan in the stands. Move the ball. What do you think they're trying to do?
Well, Augustana moves it about as well as any team.
Well, of course they do. Out front, it's Asmus, and underneath, there he is, going for the hoop and getting a Dykeman.
I wonder if he liked that ball movement because it went from one side to the other and into the post. I'd say that's pretty good.
In about a millisecond. Skip pass. Down low to Kirksey. Back out front, three-pointer on the way. High off the rim, not good. Asmus with the rebound and the miss by Kendricks. There's Spencer driving hard for the basket. Oh my goodness, is that going to count? I don't think so.
Last week it would have counted.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mavericks number 11, Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown with the foul. That's his third.
And it was just a question of Mavericks not getting back. They didn't, get back, get turned around, and they just didn't do that very well.
No, they didn't. Baseline left.
And they didn't talk.
Oh, they didn't talk on that one, but the shot is missed anyway by Dykeman. That's the second one that's just rolled off lazily for him. Over on the left side, Kirksey. Kirksey drives in the lane, kicks it back to Charlie Brown. Down the left side, back to Kirksey for three. It's on the way, in and out, not good. Rebound way up there. Harper to pull it down, but we have a whistle.
Being an Augustana Viking.
Schaefer with the foul. Yes?
Yes.
I thought you said being an Augustana Viking. I didn't know you graduated from there. No, I'm just kidding.
I've only been there once, but it's a beautiful campus. I remember that part of it. But
yeah, they play in the big arena now.
Yes, last time they played on campus when I was there.
Right. And that was there's an in and outer again by Kendricks, and then Harper puts it up, not good. And the Mavericks try to go after it. I think Kirksey, did he reach in?
No, it was just out of bounds.
Just out of bounds on the baseline.
Also by the Mavericks in the backboards.
47-47, Rick, and it's 16:28 remaining. Not a whole lot of scoring.
No, but it's been it's been a good game. Fun to watch.
Up and down.
Yep.
Over on the right side, Jordan Spencer, the shot, not good. Rebound, Mavericks way up there, had it covered. Kirksey and Kendricks both. Carson Ehrenholz brings it up. Charlie Brown out of the ball game again because they're picking up that third foul. Probably won't bring him back for about 5-6 minutes at least. Ehrenholz sets up for the three. That looks good and is. Got a nice little shot there. And he's not shy about shooting either. He's a gym rat is what he is. Practically every time I come up here to set up early, there's Carson all by himself, shooting. 50-47, 15:51 remaining. The foul goes against. There's the, well, no, they haven't done anything yet. Kendricks with that foul. That is his third. That doesn't help matters either. And walking. The Augustana portion of the crowd didn't like that at all. They felt he was pushed.
I just, the Mavericks did not communicate underneath out of bounds on a screen play again. And lucky, they've been lucky twice now that they just haven't. Augustana had a chance to lay it in.
All right. Kendricks has it. Over on the right side goes to Harper. Harper trying to work his way into the lane. Kicks it out here to Krieger. Krieger for three. Again.
I don't know why you would leave Kevin Krieger the way he shoots it, but they did.
I just think that's amazing with that wrap on his thumb, the way he can do that. And the thumb, it's kind of awkward the way it looks right now. Oh, there's a nice drive by Spencer. Just hung in the air, laid it in. 53-49, the Mavericks by 4, 15:08 remaining. This is a good ball game. High post goes to Harper, then over to Kendricks, and underneath to Kirksey. Kirksey is fouled as he goes to the hoop from the baseline on the left side.
Really nicely executed. I mean, Kirksey, good spot to be as a short corner and against the 2-3 zone, and that's where they'll find him if they get the ball reversed.
That's right.
And really good job of finding him that center.
Timeout. Quickly, some scores here. 57-52. Crookston leading UMD with 14:42 to play. That's kind of a shock. Northern State, which has gotten a lot of votes in the league this year, is a contender. 59-48 over the University of Mary with 9:31 to play in that one. 14-14 to play in this one with Upper Iowa leading the University of Sioux Falls. And that's in Sioux Falls. 47-46. That's kind of it's not a shock, but it's not exactly what you would call what one would expect after the University of Sioux Falls has played. Minot State 62-40 over MSU Moorhead. I don't know what's happening with MSU Moorhead this year. They have been a tough contender now for about 4 or 5 years. But this year they are slipping. 62-42, 12-13 remaining there. Wayne State, don't have a score on Wayne State and Concordia. I don't know if they start at 8 o'clock or not. St. Cloud, nothing on St. Cloud and Bemidji State as of yet. Winona leading Southwest Minnesota State 5-3 in Marshall. Just underway. 16:32 remaining in the first half. 53-49 here. Mavericks lead it. This is a tight game.
Well, if there was 7 or 8 or 10 more bodies on the floor, it would have been an old NCC game, but there hasn't been that. But it does remind me of that just a little bit. I mean, it's a lot of
bodies on the floor.
It's true. I mean, that's what I loved about it. But there's screening in this game. It's not all ball screens. There's been some zone. It's been fun to watch.
Kirksey makes 1 of 2, just as long as there are no bodies in the trunk.
There probably was back in those days. I'm not sure.
I'm thinking of McCarroll and his Chicago exclamations down there. I don't know. Intercepted. No, not intercepted. Pardon me. That is Schaefer with the basketball. Trying to get inside. Gets it underneath to Asmus. He moves for the basket and just loses his footing. He thought he was induced to that, but I don't know. I think he just plain lost his footing.
He's big enough. He better stand up and take that one to the basket.
Yeah. 54-49, 5-point lead for Minnesota State. 14:33 remaining in this ball game. 14:33 remaining, as we said, and it'll be Kendricks tossing it in to Carson Ehrenholz. Ehrenholz comes to the point, goes to the right side, whips it over here to Harper at the point. Back to Ehrenholz, quick bounce pass into the corner. Jumper on the way, 3-point attempt, not good by Kendricks. And we have a whistle underneath.
That was interesting. I haven't seen a team play that defense for a long time. So they had Kevin Krieger guarding man-to-man, and the rest of the group was in a triangle.
Interesting.
Yes, I have not seen that, but I do kind of think it's interesting.
I'm glad you were here because I wouldn't have seen it anyway.
I just haven't seen that for years, but...
Ehrenholz gets it out on the court to Kirksey. 54-49, 14-18 remaining. Harper has it. Harper moving to the point. Fakes right, goes left, drives hard for the basket, spins. Little jump hook on, halfway down and comes out. Asmus rebounds. Up ahead it goes to Jordan Spencer. Spencer looking inside. Lob pass, knocked away by Kendricks. Boy, he was up in the air. They wanted to set up Asmus there for a nice little jump hook close in, but it didn't work. Kirksey, Harper left of the circle. Underneath. That almost looked like it was deflected by Warren, but apparently not. It just was a ball that could not be held by Krieger. Krieger with 22 tonight. Spencer. Here's Cartwright. He had the big second half last night. Off the glass, not good. Good defense by Krieger there. And Harper comes up with the loose ball. Carson Ehrenholz down the left side with it. At the point, Now around the horn it goes to Harper in the right corner. Back out front, Aaron Holtz. Kirksey left wing. Beyond the arc. Aaron Holtz whips a pass back to in and out on the three-point attempt by Kendricks. Up ahead, a nice bounce pass on the right side. Putting it up and in is Asmus. Check that. That was Warren. Got lost in the traffic there. Aaron Holtz from outside, another long three.
That was a good 6-7 feet behind the line.
Kid can shoot.
I wondered about him last night, but I sure like him more now after I've watched him play.
And then Spencer comes right back and neutralizes it. It's his second three. Aaron Holtz has 3 threes, as does Krieger. Got a whistle on the baseline. 57-54.
I think it's amazing, as well as Charlie Brown played last night, and to sit out as much as he has.
Yep.
Played 14 minutes the first half, has played about 2 in the second half, and the Mavericks are ahead by 3.
That's probably a good sign, though.
It is. It's a great sign.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And Charlie, while I was in there, was effective. He had a 2 and 2 threes. Kirksey goes up, tipped up and in by Harper. Needed that one. 59-54. Here's Jordan Spencer driving, pulls up. I don't know about that.
Following the Mavericks, 22, Kirsten Aaron Holtz.
Aaron Holtz with the foul.
At the line for the Vikings, shooting 2 for 23, Jordan Spencer.
Jordan Spencer at the line for the Vikings. Shot is up. Good. Spencer with 17.
Substitution for Minnesota State, number 2, Carlos Anderson.
Carlos Anderson back in. Spencer, second shot coming up. It's up and it is good. Aaron Holtz brings it up. 59-56, 3-point lead for Minnesota State. Carlos Anderson has it. Lobs a pass to Kirksey. Anderson out front. Looks. Backs up on the dribble.
Interesting defense.
It is an interesting defense. There's weaving his way through is Carson Aaron Holtz.
So now that time they guarded Aaron Holtz man-to-man and played the triangle. Interesting. I like the things that are different, though. Those things kind of intrigue me. Like, why would you do that? But I think it's interesting.
I think it is too. That's why I think college football is so much more interesting than pro football.
Oh, yeah.
They don't all do the same thing.
Sure.
There's a drive hard by Krieger, and he puts in the runner. Krieger now at 24.
He's just so much more confident than he was a year ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he wanted that shot and wanted the ball the entire possession.
61-56, Minnesota State leading. Out front on the left side, Jamison. Now over here to Jordan Spencer. Spencer.
Following the Mavericks, number 2, Carlos Anderson.
Carlos Anderson with the foul. That is his third. 61-56. Jordan Spencer going to the right side with it, beyond the arc. Now deeper out front to Dykeman. Jordan Spencer, pull-up jumper in the circle, not good. Rebound taken down by Krieger. Krieger clears it away to Carson Aaron Holtz. Carson Aaron Holtz up the left side with it. Crosses midcourt, comes to the point, goes over on the right side to Carlos Anderson on the wing. Carlos gives it up to Kendricks. Outside, Kirksey way outside. Three-pointer is not good, and the rebound taken down by Jordan Spencer. Pass up ahead goes to Cartwright. Now Warren, now Spencer. Spencer gets a pick, drives left, leaves it for Dykeman. He walked with it. So the Mavericks get it back, 61-56, 10:21 almost halfway through the second half here. 61-56, 10:21 remaining. Kirksey, Krieger, Kendricks, Aaron Holtz, and Carlos Anderson.
A lot of instruction going on. Let's see what kind of defense they're in this time.
Let's see. Kirksey loses the basketball down on the floor. Dykeman takes it away. Warren with three. No. Way up there, tipped out of there by, nice rebound by Kendricks. Up ahead, Aaron Holtz. Coming to the left side of the circle. Stops, bounce pass down low to Anderson. Anderson works to the hoop. He is fouled by Schaefer. That's a case where I think Anderson just played stronger than Schaefer.
Stronger than a lot of guys.
Yeah, stronger than a lot of guys, and he just couldn't hold him out of there. Timeout on the court, 61-56. The Mavericks lead it. We'll be back in 1 minute of the fan mail.
Did he make that catch?
Terrific last night, I thought, defensively, and tonight pretty good too.
All right, Aaron Holtz has it at the point on the right side, down low, and trying to back in, and then ducking inside, and finally with the travel on Kendricks.
You can tell that Chris Kendricks is a scorer that just hasn't been able to score, and he wants to in the worst of ways, but just can't get his offense going.
Cannot is right. I think we want to talk to the coach tonight. Of course, we always do, but maybe Carson Aaron Holtz too. Jumper on the way, not good. But I think we're going to have the foul there as Dykeman went up for it. Kirksey with the foul, the second.
Yeah, it's certainly, you never want to foul a jump shooter, especially shooting a three, but sometimes you just can't help yourself. You're trying to play aggressively, which Cameron Kirksey does. You know, he hasn't gotten back in the flow. He was so good the first half offensively, so active, and when Augustana started playing their zone stuff, it kind of took him away.
Shot is up and comes off. So we'll see what he does with this one. 61-57, 9:21 remaining. Shot is up and good. So 9:18 remaining, 61-58. Aaron Holtz over the right side. Goes to Kendricks. Kendricks still on the right wing. Now gets it over the right, deeper on the right side on the baseline. Krieger double team. He gets it though to Kirksey. Kirksey goes up for the reverse and is hit.
It is interesting to me, like Cameron Kirksey's got an amazing first jump. Where I've never seen a kid like Jordan Spencer that his first step is okay, but his second, third, and fourth are I've never really noticed that in other players, but he just has a way to kind of glide.
He certainly does.
But Cameron Kirksey has the quick leap off the floor. It's the quick jump that he has. It really makes him a special player.
Made the first one, second one on the way. Boy, that had frost on it coming down.
That's a little high, wasn't it?
Gets them both, though, 63-58. Kirksey with 14. A wraparound pass goes down to Asmus. Asmus, the big guy, off the glass, and he just muscled his way in there.
You just can't let him turn with his left shoulder on the right block. It's just really good from there.
63-60, Minnesota State by 3. Oh, nice give and go there, and Krieger with the runner, and they're going to take it away.
That was not a good call.
So Krieger with the foul. It's his second. Jordan Spencer coming up the left side, being watched by Carlos Anderson. Carlos, I think, got a hand on it. Goes out of bounds, and it will go right back to the Vikings on the far side of the court. Charlie Brown's going to come back in here with 8:29 to play. So Charlie comes back in. He's only played a couple of minutes tonight. No, a little bit longer than that, but not much.
Well, he should be well rested. I
would think so. Boy, Kirksey almost got a steal there. On the far side of the court, Jamison has it. Probably the smallest man on the floor, and he shoots the runner. Not good. Krieger with the rebound. Clears it away to Charlie Brown. Charlie coming up the left side with it. Charlie playing with 3 fouls, but clock down to 8:04 now, so hopefully he can stay in there. Charlie out front, driving hard for the basket, and we're going to have a hold on 35. Dykeman. That's his third, Rick.
You know, I was thinking when Kendricks and Cameron Kirksey get to play together a little more, they are so, and they're kind of a carbon copy of each other.
Yes,
they're long, they're athletic, they can both handle the ball well, they can shoot a little. Those two could be pretty dynamic here in the second half of the year.
Oh, I think they could too. We're just getting underway, really.
Yeah.
Second shot is up and good by Kendrick. I'm wondering where Kruger went. 65-60, 7:51. Not that I'd be second guessing or anything like that, but he played well while he was in there.
He did play well. So did Carson Ehrenholz. He was
he was a savior. Asmus trying to drive from the left elbow, and he gives it out to Warren. Warren with a three-point attempt, not good. Charlie Brown stepping in, getting that long rebound. Here comes Charlie, rolls over on the left side, and the three-pointer is up and good. Finally for Kendricks.
You know, Kendricks said that too. He looked up in the sky and said, "Finally."
Finally is right. And that kid, he can shoot. We've seen it in Kansas. We've seen it in California. And it's going to happen. 68-60, 7:16 remaining. Mavericks lead it by 8. We'll take a break here and be back in 1 minute on the Fan Mankato.
Hi, this is Josh from Mapleton Marine, your boating headquarters. Our staff wishes
Dr. Leah Rue has a big idea. Attract more women to science and engineering careers. As a young girl who loved building things, she helped her mother with home remodeling projects. Now, as a construction management professor at Minnesota State Mankato, she's a role model to her students and graduates as they become leaders in the building industry. Big ideas, real-world thinking. Minnesota State Mankato. Go further at mnsu.edu.
68-60 with 7:16 remaining. And they have been in some foul trouble, especially with Charlie Brown, but he's back in the lineup now. And they do play differently when he's in there. There's no question. All right, the pass in goes to Jordan Spencer. Hand off to Warren. Warren trying to get in on the right elbow. Goes to the left elbow, gives it up to Cartwright. Then out front to Jordan Spencer. Picked up by Krieger. Down low, stolen by Charlie Brown and tangled on the baseline. And it's going to go to the Vikings.
Well, that was Charlie Brown had the ball in his hands on a loose ball, and they took his legs out and knocked him out of bounds.
Yeah, I know. Of course, we couldn't see all of that because certain coaches, getting in front of us. All right, baseline left coming up here for Warren.
One of those plays the referees can see sweat on the floor, but they couldn't see the cut of the guy's legs in it. That's always been fascinating to me for years.
Carlos Anderson knocks it away from Jordan Spencer.
Big part of the game here for Augustana. If they want to stay in, 8-point lead, just under 7 to go.
Yep. Spencer will take the three. That's not going to go there because Carlos Anderson had a hand in his face. Here comes Kendricks. Kendricks off to Anderson. Anderson can't make the little jump hook go. Now Jordan Spencer races up. Anderson's been doing a good job on Spencer here in the second half. Shot long, three-point attempt, not good by Cartwright. Long rebound comes out, picked up by Jordan Spencer. Spencer has it, goes to the left side, wraparound pass underneath, as was blocked away by Krieger. But he'll get the call. That is his third.
That was a foul. If he wouldn't have slapped so hard and kind of half slapped down, I don't think it would have been a foul.
Probably wouldn't have been.
Kevin Krieger, he's guarding a post player and he's a wing.
Yeah.
He can really get up in the air.
Oh, he does get up in the air, no question about that. We saw that last year as a freshman. He does have some leaping ability. Asmus at the line. Shot is up, good.
And you wouldn't guess what kind of competitor Kevin Krieger is. The night we interviewed him, just soft-spoken.
I know.
Wow. And then he goes out there and he's tenacious. He really gets after people, gets on the backboards, can score.
Shot is up, high off the rim by Asmus, not good. And the rebound taken down by Kendricks. So, that shot missed by Asmus. He made one of two. Kirksey drives into the lane, and we had a whistle before that. I think he was held as he started the drive.
It was a tough call because Cameron Kirksey went so fast, he barely had a chance to hold him.
That's right.
Yeah. That's his first step is just so good, especially against bigger post players like he plays against a lot.
Tonight he's shooting that free throw. It's in and out, but way up in the air again. Jumper for two here on the left wing, up and good by Schaefer.
It's a big basket for Augustana.
Yeah, very big.
Within 5.
Here's Charlie Brown out front, gives it up to Kirksey. Kirksey beyond the circle, gives it out to Kendricks. Down low, Carlos Anderson had the ball booted away from behind. Kirksey picks it up. Here's Charlie Brown again. Charlie getting into the lane, driving right down and lays it off the glass. Good with the left hand. When you talk about a first step, it's not too bad either for Charlie Brown. 70-63, 7-point lead. Krieger, he dives on the floor. Now that is basketball. He was just...
Yeah, I love that kid right now, huh? Wow.
He was giving Schaefer fits.
You know how you've been here a long time, Case, and you watch a kid kind of grow up in front of your eyes? He is doing that especially this year. In the last few games, wow. He saw the ball on the floor, and he was just like, it was the best-looking pork chop or something he's ever seen in his life, because he just went after it.
70-63. There's Charlie again going for the hoop up and good. Charlie Brown.
9-point game. Let's see if Kevin Krieger's play sparks the Mavericks even some more.
Yeah.
That was a great play.
Jordan Spencer, stop and go. He couldn't get in. A nice switch there by Kirksey. From outside, three-pointer, up and good by Cartwright. Cartwright with his first three. 72-66, 4:35 to play.
Cartwright just doesn't shoot it much.
He did last night.
He must have. He did not tonight.
But not tonight, no. Krieger in the lane. Little jump hook isn't good, but he was fouled. 72-66, 4:25 remaining. The Mavericks lead it. This is one good ball game. We'll take a break here. Be back in 1 minute on the Fan, Mankato.
Do you think land to air express?
Recent Minnesota State Mankato graduate Jacob Ball has a big idea: become a bilingual family physician serving rural America. As an honors student and varsity athlete, he studied Spanish, biology, and biochemistry. He also volunteered at a Mankato medical clinic and studied in Ecuador. He's now in medical school, one step closer to bringing his big idea to life. Big ideas, real world thinking. Minnesota State Mankato. Go further at mnsu.edu.
Comprehensive financial solutions.
After getting in early foul trouble.
Well, it is crunch time, you could say, Case. 4:25.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, 6-point game.
Anything could happen. 72-66, 4:25 to play. Krieger at the line.
I don't expect this game to be anything but right down to the wire with these two teams.
It's generally what happens with these two teams. Krieger with the free throw. 25.
Oh, he's been terrific on both ends.
Yep. 73-66, 74-66 as he gets both free throws. He's 4 of 4 from the line tonight. And 26. Spencer over here on the left side. Goes to Schaefer. Schaefer back out front to Asmus. Asmus hands it off to Schaefer. Asmus tries to set a pick. And then Charlie Brown steals it.
Augustana's 16th turnover tonight. That's really unusual for them.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before in all the years that I've been doing this. And both teams were in the NCC, whatever. It's just not. Kirksey is pushed. He's starting to make his move to the basket.
Well, that was certainly a foul.
Well, yeah, it was.
Coach Biller didn't like it, but the fouls are 11-7 in the second half. 11 called on the Mavericks, I think so.
So that's all right. And that's 5 on Asmus.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, he fouls out at the 3:51 mark.
Well, they'll miss, I don't know if they'll miss him now because they're going to have to shoot a little quicker, but down low, he is a load in the post.
He is a load. It's funny. I've seen him play now for, 3-4 years, and I just didn't think of him as that, being a load, but he is now.
Oh, he had 9 points, 7 rebounds, and, 4 for 5 from the field.
Kirksey's free throw is up and good.
Probably look at the stats on the way home and wish he had it a few more times.
And this is the second one. 75-66, 9-point lead for Minnesota State with 3:45 to play. Spencer driving hard, lays it up, not good, and the rebound goes to no one. These comments from the experts in the crowd, they crack me up. 75-66.
It is always interesting. Yeah, I'm glad when I coached, I never really heard that stuff, but now that I can sit here and listen more, I'm like, wow.
Jordan Spencer hits the free throw.
I guess, you know what, cheer for your team, though.
Yeah,
I don't know
absolutely.
I don't necessarily think you should get on the officials, but cheer for your team and enjoy watching them play.
Second shot is up and good.
75-68.
So Spencer now with 20. 75-68, as Rick said, 3:33 to play. Charlie Brown, right side, goes to Kendricks. Kendricks has it, fakes. Anderson at the top of the key. Three-pointer is not good. Tipped up once by Kirksey. And we're going to have a foul underneath on Augustana.
Augustana was in the 2-3 zone, which makes it really hard to block somebody out.
Yep.
And Kendricks and Cameron Kirksey just did a great job of flying right to the backboards.
That's the fourth foul on Kirk. Is that right? That's not right. That couldn't be right. Cartwright? Shot by Kirksey is up, rolls and goes in. 77-68, 9-point lead for Minnesota State. Warren fakes left, drives right, gets underneath, and wide open. Wide open is Dykeman for the dunk. What?
Oh, the coach was stomping his feet over here. It wasn't Matt, it was the Augustana assistant.
Yeah, Matt's been pretty calm tonight.
Good tonight. Got his coat off, but he's doing pretty good tonight. Oh, wow.
Krieger pulls up. Don't tell me they're going to charge up for that. No, not this time. Foul is good. It's going to go against Dykeman. That should be his fourth. It is. I'm still not sure about that Cartwright thing. Yeah, maybe so.
We're spending some time tucking our jerseys in where it looks.
Krieger at the line. The shot is up and good.
Well, if the Mavericks hang on and win, the MVP to me has been the Maverick defense and Kevin Krieger. He's played just outstanding, I thought.
28 now. I think we should get him on again. I was going to bring in Aaron Holtz because of the wonderful job he did.
He was terrific, too.
Yep, supporting Charlie Brown.
Wow. Just the third and fourth step.
Nice drive by Spencer. He lays it in on the left side. Spencer now with 22.
Mavericks, so you can't relax. 2.5 to go yet. You know, going to need 3, maybe 4 good possessions of offense.
High post Kirksey. Kendricks back to Brown. Brown yo-yoing back and forth outside. Gives it out to Anderson. Anderson with a streak to the basket. Now that's what that kid can do. That was a big basket. 81-72. I like the way he did it. Oh, what a spin move. Up and good by Jordan Spencer. I don't even know how to describe that one. Looked like a small tornado going to the basket. 81-74, 147 remaining. And as you said, can't let up. Can't let up. Charlie Brown out front, backs up on the dribble. He wants to open that area around the basket up. There's Anderson again with a jump hook up and good.
2 big baskets.
2 big ones, yeah. Right. 83-74. 1:19 to play. And a three-pointer up and good by Jordan Spencer. I don't know how you stop that. Anderson jumped right at him and still didn't do any good. Spencer with 27. 28 for Krieger. 83-77, 1:14 remaining. Let's take a break here, and what is this, a 30 or
30 seconds.
It's a 30, okay. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Fan, Mankato.
Spinner's Bar and Grill, your friendly neighborhood hangout.
Actually on the right wing. Now back to Charlie Brown out front. Charlie being watched by Jordan Spencer. Charlie is so strong. Man, the shot is a reach in. The foul is a reach in on Spencer. Number 2 on Jordan.
At the line for your Maverick shooting team, number 11, Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown up the line. Shot is up and good by Charlie.
Interesting. The first time I've seen, they've done it all night tonight, but when the Mavericks have shot free throws, they've had all 4 of their players back. And then I think that's the respect for Augustana, they get out and run so well. Let's just get back and have our defense set for them.
Shot is up, good by Charlie. 14 now for Charlie Brown in limited use tonight because of that foul situation. I don't think he's picked up another foul there. There's Spencer driving. He misses a layup. It was a tough one, though, as he got underneath. What's Spencer, why did he get away with that push after the play was over? I don't get that.
I didn't see it.
I tell you, Carlos Anderson does not back down from anything.
No, he was standing nose to nose, getting ready for the out-of-bounds play. But they're going to take a peek and make sure the call was right. It went off of out of bounds.
85-77, the Mavericks lead it. 46.7 remaining. And the officials are taking a good hard look at it. Let's take a break here. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Mavericks lead. Yeah, I guess they are. John Yorkovich going over to explain it.
White's ball, I believe.
It's going to belong to Augustana, right? And it'll be a baseline right, inbound pass, and Cartwright, the freshman, is going to toss it in. Matt is 6'4", 180, a freshman guard out of Sioux Falls, went to O'Gorman High School. They're noted for their basketball. And there is a foul.
It's going to be out of bounds.
No, it's going to be out of bounds.
I would agree with you. It looked like a hard foul.
How could you miss that?
I don't know. Maybe the shooter was too high in the air. I'm not sure.
And there's Jordan Spencer taking a nice dive. Driving in. Oh, a nice pass and the dunk by Carlos Anderson. Beautiful pass by Chris Kendricks. On the other end, a three-point attempt, not good. Krieger with the rebound. He rips it away from Schaefer.
Well, every team that plays between games 5 and 10 really mature and grow up. And in one way or another, either they grow up in a positive way or sometimes a negative way. Tonight we saw the Mavericks make a huge stride, I think, in how they competed, how hard they played. When Charlie Brown was out for such a long period of time after the way Charlie played last night, wow, they have had so many good things happen for him tonight.
I thought Aaron Holtz was just under control. I mean, he went in there and hit those 3 threes. And
yeah, I remember last night he took the one kind of right in line with us, and it was short and left of the entire basket. And tonight to come out and just knock down shots and run your offense for the Mavericks was really good.
Krieger finally misses something. Missed the free throw, but the second one is going to go right through. And that he had his chance to get 30 there. I don't think he cares, and I don't think he knows how many. Jordan Spencer driving to the hoop, and he is knocked down. So the 4th foul on Kendricks. Kendricks has really played hard, especially in the second half.
Yes.
And I know he's upset with his shooting, but when he hit that 3, like you said, it was like, oh my goodness. Thank goodness that's over.
Isn't that the truth? But there's been some, Carlos Anderson, who is limited offensively, I thought, took 2 balls to the basket that were crucial possessions for the Mavericks and scored both of them. That really kept the Mavericks, kind of out of reach.
Yeah, true. So the first one was good by Spencer, and the second one, there are 2. He has 29. Ball goes into Charlie Brown. Charlie whips it down to Anderson. Anderson fouled by Jordan Spencer. Why is he complaining about that? He grabbed him.
I think he was thinking he'd get the ball, and all of a sudden just ran into Carlos.
Maybe so.
Although those 2 have been nose to nose a lot.
Yeah, they have. But a couple of times I saw that where they helped each other up off the floor, and at the same time. All right, Anderson hits the free throw.
Anderson stepped in the lane like most players do, and you're going to slap hands after making a free throw, but there's no Mavericks in there.
Second shot is up, good by Carlos. Carlos with 8. I tell you, there are so many potential scorers on this team that, oh my goodness, there was a block and a half on Jordan Spencer. Jordan knocked away, ball stolen away by Carlos Anderson. People diving on the floor, even with a 10-11-point lead. That's something else. 90-79, the Mavericks win it tonight in quite a performance. In fact, this weekend has been very good for Minnesota State University in men's basketball. 29 for Krieger, 29 for Jordan Spencer. And it was a hard-fought ball game. 11 points doesn't tell the story there at all.